The grill hissed, the speakers blared, and the backyard smelled like smoke and sauce. Kids zigzagged between folding chairs, uncles argued over football, and the buffet sagged with lukewarm sliders and limp coleslaw. I had prepped lemonade, arranged cutlery, and made the potato salad from scratch. Nobody thanked me. I hovered near the cooler, sipping from a plastic cup, hearing my siblings laugh at jokes I wasn't invited into. When plates were piled high, my mother, apron and pearls, raised her glass. "I'm grateful for all of you," she said, her gaze skipping me like a fence post. Then she looked straight at me, cool and precise. "Honestly, if Nora vanished tomorrow, would anyone even notice?" Laughter burst like popped balloons. My brothers, my aunts, even my dad with a guilty chuckle. The sound wrapped my ribs in barbed wire. I didn't cry. I lifted my hot dog and a quiet toast, smiled and chewed. Then I cleared plates like usual. But something inside didn't crack. It clicked. That night I scrubbed pans, wiped tables, and took the trash out alone. Upstairs in the closet they called Nora's corner, I opened my laptop. I signed out of the family chat, killed location sharing, and typed, "Rentals outside city limits." Essentials went into a small bag, passport, cash envelope, the locket Gran left me, my hard-won calm. I set my house key on the dresser and left no note. If they wanted silence, I would give them the full orchestra. The bus rolled through a black ribbon of highway until dawn peeled the sky open. I stepped off at a lakeside stop where the air smelled of pine and wet stone. A faded sign promised weekly rates. I paid cash for a room with floral curtains and a sink that rattled when it ran. I slept with the window cracked and woke to gulls wrangling over breadcrumbs on the dock. By noon, I had a job. The roadside cafe needed hands, and I had two that knew knives and heat. The owner, a tattooed woman named Mara, gave me an apron and a rule. You plate like you mean it. I learned the order bell's tempo, the sizzle of flat-top sermons, the language of steam. We sold pancakes to fishermen at 5, burgers to tourists at 1, and pie to insomniacs at midnight. I was nowhere, and finally somewhere. Between shifts, I walked the loop around the lake, counting blue cabins and skipping the ones with barking dogs. I bought a notebook and wrote down recipes I'd never dared to make at home. Charred corn salad with lime, rosemary biscuits, a lemon tart with a bruleed lid. I thought about my mother's glass raised like a gavel and decided never to be on trial again. Mara noticed. "You cook like you're building a door," she said. "Where does it lead?" "To a place I own," I answered. "Then let's find you a key," she said. The town hosted a Saturday market on the pier. Mara pointed at an empty stall. "Pop up," she said, shoving a borrowed griddle into my hands. We wrote Nora's on a chalkboard. Then I crossed it out and printed Nora. The menu was small: citrus chicken skewers, rosemary biscuits with honey butter, and lemon tart in shining triangles. People came. A kid licked honey off his sleeve. A woman wanted the recipe. 2 construction workers returned for seconds. By noon, I had a wait list and a grin that felt like sunlight. At last, I felt seen. Near closing, a familiar cough cut the crowd. My father stepped up, hands in pockets, eyes soft. "Your aunt saw a post," he said. "We drove up." Behind him hovered my mother, pearls traded for sunglasses. I kept working. 3 skewers, 1 biscuit, I called. When a pause came, my mother removed her glasses. "Nora," she said, "we worried." "You laughed," I said, easy as breathing. "And I learned." She searched for a script that didn't exist. My father cleared his throat. "We're proud," he said, setting the words down. "I am proud," I answered. The difference mattered. We ate on the pier, paper plates, plastic forks, breeze like beginnings. Before they left, my mother asked, "Will you visit?" "I'll send an address when I have a lease," I said. That night, Mara handed me a key. "For the back room," she said. "Start prep there. Your place is opening. I can hear the hinge." Opening day smelled like citrus and fresh paint. The sign above the door read, "Nora," letters crisp as morning bread. Mara hugged me, then vanished into the bustle like a benevolent ghost. I lit the griddle, breathed, and plated the first order, as if setting down a declaration. People arrived with curiosity and left with honeyed fingers. Around noon, I checked my phone. A single message from my mother. "Reservation for 2 next Saturday, proud of you." I thumbed back. Table by the window. Outside, gulls tilted over the lake. Inside, my name warmed to life, a house finally answering itself.